Welcome back to NYSE TV Live, everyone. I'm Kristen Scholler here in studio. Well, earlier in the show, we told you about 3M's top young scientists. As a ninth grader, Sirish Subash won by creating an AI handheld pesticide detector called PestiCanned. Well, we watched the 14-year-old ring the opening bell, and he joins me now in studio. Sirish, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to hear more about this invention that you created.
So the device that I created is called PestiCanned, and what it is a device that you can use at home to detect pesticide residues on your food. So pesticide residues are one of many contaminants that you can commonly find on produce items, but what makes pesticide residues special is that they often will linger on food even after washing them. So what I developed was a way to detect them so that way everybody at home can avoid consuming pesticide residues.
Okay, and is this the device?
Yes. So
Let's take a look.
Yeah. I have here the actual device that I built, my prototype.
Uh-huh.
So the way it works is you launch a mobile app that connects over Bluetooth to the device.
Uh-huh.
So once you launch the app, one second.
And what's amazing, and we'll talk about this more as you get the app ready, it's prepared?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's take a look.
So the idea is once the app is paired,
yes,
you would point it at a produce item, and once it's directed at the produce item, you just tap scan.
Uh-huh.
And then a couple seconds later, the results come back up on screen.
Uh-huh.
So that's as simple as it gets for testing these things. I'm still working on it, making further improvements to make it faster and more practical for use at home. But this is the device that I'm working with.
I think it's brilliant. What led you to create this idea? Do you often wash your food at home and we're noticing a lot of pesticides? What's the connection?
Yeah, so this actually grew out of a conversation that I had with my mom. So she was insisting that I wash my food before consuming it, and I wasn't really sure, I was curious about why it matters and how effective it really is.
Uh-huh.
So I did some further research and I saw that pesticide residues are among many chemicals that you can find on produce that will stay on the produce even after washing. So they've been linked to health issues such as cancers and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So the idea is if we could detect them, we could make sure that we weren't consuming them. And that's really where this whole project started.
How do you want to evolve this over time? I know you mentioned earlier that you're still working on it.
Yeah, so I have a couple key ways that I'm planning to evolve it. I'm planning mainly on shrinking it down and making it cheaper, more cost effective, so it can actually go out into the world, into people's homes. So for the future, I'm actually looking at a price tag of roughly $20 for a future version, but I'm planning on driving it down from there.
Okay, well, speaking of price point, I know as part of this award, you're taking home a $25,000 cash prize. What are you going to do with that money?
I'm most likely going to use it for college to further my education, so that way I can continue working on projects like these, and in the end, leave a positive mark on this world.
So you are a ninth grader, is that right?
Yeah.
What are your plans for college?
College, my dream college is MIT, so I'd love to get in there. That's really where I'm planning on going. Yeah.
And talk to me more about the mentorship that you received from 3M in developing this particular device.
The mentorship was great. I got to work with my 3M mentor, Aditya. He's a researcher who works with nonwovens, which are kind of material that they work with at 3M. So here, he was really helpful in when I was stuck, helping me go forward with the project. So I had a couple issues over the summer when I was working with the machine learning models that actually take the data that comes from the sensor and turn it into the results that you see on the screen. So with that, he helped me move ahead. When I was stuck, he pointed out ways that I could look into the actual data that was coming back to help me figure out where to go with the data, with the machine learning.
What do you think it is about your device that beat out the competition, other middle school entrants?
So the biggest thing I would really say is I've designed this for everyone at home. That was what I feel like got an edge. But my target is people at home whose health could be improved by this. This is the real goal for this project. Just leave society a better place.
Yes, and talk to me about how you got connected with this, and whether or not science is what you really like to study at school.
Well, I really started this project for the actual connections that I made to learn some of this stuff. I have enjoyed science and engineering for quite a bit. So it was really all started out with like curiosity when I was much younger. And my parents introduced me to a lot of science videos that really kickstarted me, as well as books. And that's really what launched me into science.
Yeah.
But science is a career path that I'm planning on going with. I love physics. That's something I feel like I want to use for my career.
Uh-huh. I know you mentioned earlier, Sirish, that you're going to continue working on this device and the technology. Eventually want to have it perhaps at a $20 price point for commercial use. What do you think is a timeline for that people, our viewers watching, might be able to take advantage of your brains and know-how with this innovation?
Yeah, so I'm thinking I would have a functional prototype within, like a prototype that's that's more similar to what would actually be released in the next 5 years, and along that timeline, possibly release it around 5 years from now.
We're early in the school year. What else do you have in store this school year?
So school is really fun. I'm enjoying it. We're taking physics. And as I mentioned earlier, physics is one of my favorite fields of science. So I'm excited for that. I'll be pushing forward with projects like these at my local science fair as well.
What do you like about studying physics at your school in Georgia? That's where you're based, right?
Yeah. So I go to a school that's a little bit outside of Atlanta, about a half hour drive from Atlanta. And what I like about physics is it answers some of the most fundamental questions about our world. Mm-hmm. And that's something that's really satisfied my curiosity. That's part of why I enjoy physics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my final question, Sirish, is now what do the next few days look like for you, of course, as you promote this very cool innovation as America's top young scientist?
So for the next couple of days, I have a couple more interviews going on, as well as I think in a couple of days I'll be getting back to school for more midterms. Yeah.
Congratulations. It's truly incredible, so well spoken for a 14-year-old and clearly brilliant as well. Sirish, thank you so much for joining. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're happy to have you.